Happy Friday, everybody. It's Paul Fleming here with Chamber Check-In. And today I am here with Fred Bauerfeld, sales engineer with Integrinet IT. Happy Friday, Fred.
Happy Friday, Paul. How you doing?
I'm awesome. Hey, this is a great opportunity to check in with you guys to see how things are going. But first, we use this platform here to tell members stories. And I love to hear the history of companies and how they got their start. And Integrinet has been a member of the Chamber since 2005. So almost 2 decades of investment in this community through a Chamber membership. And you guys have participated in many events during those years. And, you're relatively new to me. So this is a great opportunity to learn more about the company, get to know you, and share the Integrinet story. So with that, Fred, why don't you give us kind of the 30,000-foot view of Integrinet and its history?
Sure. So we've been in business now, since 1999, about 22 years. Started out very small, family-owned business, supporting a few companies. Climate and IT was a lot different back then than it is now. Smartphones and things have all come about, and and how we do business is a lot different as well. But as we've grown, we try to grow really smart, not really fast. We want to make sure our customers get the support they need. So over time, though, we've kind of accelerated that growth. We have offices all the way down, an office down in Layton, Utah as well, cover Salt Lake City area. We go up, we have clients that have, main office here, another office in Twin Falls, offices up in all the way up to Coeur d'Alene, Spokane area. So we cover a pretty wide area. It's really nice now with the way IT is done. You can support a lot of clients on a remote basis. You don't really have to be on site all the time. Servers and different programs, we use a tool that we put little software agents on servers, on desktops. So if you call in having a problem, we can log in remotely, take care of the issue without having to go on site. It saves a lot of time. We're able to get the issues a lot quicker that way. But we have a lot of clients also right here in the Valley, probably a little over 100 of them that we, like I said, we support on a weekly basis, that we go by their business and go in on weekly and do maintenance. We're a lot more about proactive maintenance, kind of like your car. Change your oil, your engine's not going to seize, Right. So servers need to be updated. Security needs to be updated. Firewalls need to be updated. So we need to go on site for some things like that and just physically check on the devices, and then talk to the people around, find out what issues they're having, so we can make sure we get to them and make sure everybody's as productive as they can be in their environment.
So are you headquartered here in Boise?
Yes, we're headquartered here in Boise. Actually, kind of in both spots. Our main location and most of our business is done out of here. We're growing rapidly down there. Our ownership now is kind of in both places, so it makes it nice and keeps us busy. That's for sure.
I bet. Well, even more now with everybody working remotely and everybody having to have high quality internet and access to it, and maintenance partnerships, to stay online. It's so important. And with we're both working from home, and I've got 3 kids that, are they're taking up bandwidth. I'm taking up bandwidth, and it's so important to have someone like in an Integrinet company kind of go through and like you said, keep that maintenance going and
right.
and have there for questions. I love the fact that you can dial in remotely and figure out a solution to an issue. But so Fred, thank you for the little history. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the different products and services that you provide and how you help your customers.
Sure. We're kind of a hybrid company in that aspect. Our main business basically is managed services. Companies, small and medium-sized business, it's very expensive to hire very good top line, very experienced server techs. They're expensive, the $80,000, $125,000 a year. If you're a 15-seat, 25-seat company, that's just not in the budget. So you could come to us. We do it by a monthly agreement. It's a lot less money, and you get top line experts that have been trained, have been in the industry for years, that have the experiences with different types of companies. We work with a lot of engineering companies, so we know CAD programs, SolidWorks, things like that. We work with accountants, and we work with their types of programs and their workflow or their business. So that's one part of the service we do. Then we do it. We're a value-added reseller. What that means is we resell products and we add value on top of that. So, for instance, we're a big Microsoft partner. Everybody pretty much knows about Office 365 or what they call Microsoft 365. You can go online and buy it and never talk to a company like us. But how do you do your training? How do you do your setup? How do you move your email from the last platform you're on to the new platform you're on? That's the value we add. Another part of the value we add is what they call a CIO service, Chief Information Officer. Smaller companies don't have that. A lot of CEOs and presidents of small businesses now are a lot smarter on tech side now. Some still, but most are. You have to be up to date to keep up with the times. But when it comes down to, hey, I have an idea, but I don't know how to solve it, and I think tech might be the way. They can call us. I have my MBA in technology management. I've managed companies for 10 years. I've taken companies from 2 people in a living room working off a couple of PCs and a remote VoIP phone to multi-million-dollar businesses. I've seen that growth and what it takes to get there. So call me in. Put me in the board meeting. Let's talk about the ideas you have for your company. I want to hear what you got going on the next 3 months, but I want to know what you got going on for your long-term. Used to be 5 years. Now it's about 18 months. What do you got going on in your long-term? So let us bring that value to you. We had one company as a construction company. They were having a lot of problem with workers at their work site, making sure they were there, checking in, making sure they're filling out their hours, everything, productivity. So we got them a program, a time clock that worked off a laptop. Would take a picture of the person when they and take a fingerprint scan to make sure they were there at work. Oh, wow. And all of a sudden, within a year, $75,000 in payroll it saved them, making sure that they're more productive. And just little ideas like that. Come to us. Let us know what we can help you solve.
That's amazing. We've all had to shift our sales and be more innovative and learn to do things in a new way. With that, what kinds of things have you discovered? What positive things have you discovered from COVID and dealing with this new way of being forced to do things differently?
Yeah, I'm all about efficiency. It's just in me. I love working with businesses and helping them in that respect. So when COVID hit, I want to say maybe a third of the companies were very able to adapt into the remote world. Some companies just were not, but it's some models just, like an engineering company, you need good, strong servers and backbone. So you need to pretty much be on site to be able to do that type of work. But when COVID hit, everybody had to go home. So how do you then, how do your teams collaborate? How do you log in and work remotely and still keep that power, So we're able to, quickly and help people out and advise them. Okay, well, we can remote into desktops from a distance and only send that image to your computer instead of having to have all that horsepower directly on the machine that you're on. We can put servers in the cloud and work on a virtual desktop. Other idea, and just VPN and setting up firewalls and so you could VPN and pull your documents. Probably the biggest thing was a migration to Microsoft 365. They went from 35 million users to 75 million users in about 3 months.
Wow.
But the collaborative tools that they have are phenomenal. Teams is just unbelievable. We have a marketing team that works out of our Utah office, and I work up here in Boise, and we're on probably twice a day, bouncing ideas off us on video, sharing screens on Teams. I can log into somebody else's screen if they give me permission and control a document, or I can pull up a Word document, a PowerPoint document, Excel document, and we can have 5 people working on it all at the same time while we're on video, sharing ideas, updating that document, get done with stuff instead of email it around, waiting for the next guy to talk or waiting for the next guy to do their work and send it back to you. We have a nonprofit that is over 100 users that just went to this platform that was looking for a project management platform. It works fantastic for them.
Great.
It's just, so yeah, bringing that extra value is what we're about.
Okay. Wow. I need to make sure we cover everything I wanted to cover.
Sure.
And you kind of mentioned about the remote stuff, and one of the things I had here is with many businesses working remotely, how has that changed your service? Is there anything you want to add on that?
Yeah, even our guys in our team, a lot of us went straight to work from home. We've kind of come back into the office now, but we still but we were set up for that. Our guys, we got 14 techs right now in the Valley that go from site to site. That still we need to talk to. We need to get a message to them. Our clients need to get a hold of them. We use Teams for a lot of that. We have another tool, ticketing system. Our clients can just send us an email at a certain email address. It recognizes who they are, puts a ticket in for them. We have a help desk then that triages that ticket, gets it to the right person. If it's an emergency, we pick up the phone, we call the tech, drop what they're doing, and they get a hold of the company. If it's not so much and it needs to be a ticket and it can be worked in a couple hours, then we do that. But we were really adept to being mobile in that aspect. Now, a lot of our companies that weren't, the experience that we've had, experience with our company and other companies, and seeing how they do it, seeing how we do it, having that workflow and that process down already, we were able to bring that type of value to them to help teach them, get them to be remote. And it's strange. A lot of companies now, companies we work with are even nationwide, are even talking about, do I really need to bring my workforce back into an office setting all the time? It just because we're finding out that you can be just productive working remotely with some companies. Some companies still need to have that synergy in the office. But a lot of them now with the connection tools, I mean, look at the video that we have right here. It's just phenomenal. It's just high definition, very good voice, not interrupted. You don't get the little spin and circle anymore with everything loading,
Right.
That's so frustrating. But with all the technology with Teams and Zoom and everything that's out there, the way you can collaborate on documents, it's just a different world. It really is. And us having that experience and helping other people and being that CIO for them and helping them teach how to do workflow and processes that way. It's a good service to have.
I'm glad you brought up the fact that some businesses can work remotely, and the fact that you said, what will the future hold for businesses? And you're kind of like the true litmus test for that. So what have you seen out there on your accounts? Have they started to come back? For those that have, went remote, there's a lot of organizations here that went 100% remote. And then are you seeing that starting to come back? Are your techs going back into offices? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, that's slowly coming back. I see a lot of companies that are back in the office, but don't open their office to the public. So right now, virtual meetings is the majority of the business is being done that way. And making sure that you're set up, that your security is done well enough, somebody can't bust into your meeting, and that your documents are locked down. Microsoft has a great program, a security add-on that they have. I can actually take a document and say, I'm going to send it to Paul, but Paul can't send it to anybody else. So I'm not giving out. I may share some proprietary information that I have, but if I give it to the wrong person, they can't share it out as well. And they have timestamps on them. It'll work for 24 hours, and then you can't view it anymore. But there's just so many tools now for virtual meetings and collaboration that having to run around and do in-office meetings is not always as necessary. I love being in person. That's just me. You can see I talk with my hands and I move a lot. But we can do that in these types of meetings as well. And it's just it amazes me now. Not so much amazing me, but the way people have adapted and been able to do this, it's phenomenal. The way people have been able to just conduct business this way that they didn't think they could in the past. But it takes a good partner to get that all done.
I totally agree. And that is one of the toughest things to do, is to adapt to something different, learning something different, and then getting efficient with that new process. Right? That's always a hurdle, but we've learned a lot about ourselves over the last several months. So, hey, thanks for what you're doing in the community here, Fred. as a chamber, it takes all of our partners to help elevate our businesses, and the collaboration that we've been able to have with you over the years as well, and this platform as well. So thanks for bringing some good information, some positive stuff. It's so good to see you, Fred.
Yeah, good to see you too, Paul.
Have a great weekend. And again, thanks for your continued partnership with us, with your chamber membership, and have a great weekend and enjoy the ski slopes.
Absolutely, will do. We're proud to be a member.
Thanks, Fred.